Back from a holiday weekend on the Bet Like Mike show, WinDailySports.com. A little 3-day weekend here for Bet Like Mike show. My name is Jon Jansen. Follow me at JJansen34. And the star of the show, as always, Mike North. How was your weekend? How was the 4th of July weekend for you?
Chomping at the bit, my friend. My weekend was great. I said I was going to go on a diet Sunday because I ate good on Friday and Saturday, but I have no willpower left, John. So basically,
I'm in the same boat.
I had 2 plates of candy last night after eating a nice dinner on a Tuesday. Nice. I mean, on a Monday. It lasted 1 day, for God's sake. So I'm going to try again today. But, hey, you know what? It was a great weekend. What's funny is I had a great week, great day on Friday, including the Dodgers and other teams that won for me. So then it carried into Saturday and Sunday. My only tough loss, Cam Davis. I had Neiman and I had Merritt as one of my 6 guys that I pick out of the top 10. And this Cam Davis hit an eagle on 17, just cut my throat. God bless him. But that's gambling. What can I tell you?
That is gambling.
All I know is we got plenty of stuff. Thanks for tuning in, folks. The fastest 20 minutes in sports. You got the borders here. Check out everybody here. Make sure you go. Make sure you follow. Make sure you digest what we're going to give you because Johnny and I have been winning, and that's just the way it is. We got some things going on. First, let's talk about my hometown team here, the Chicago Cubs. You know, for the last 2 months, people have been picking at every little thing La Russa does. How could La Russa bunt? How could La Russa do this? How could La Russa do that? Before that, when he was hired, you had the woke people, or the squares, as I like to call them, say he shouldn't have been hired. He's too old. He's too this. He's too drinky. He's, had a DUI. He shouldn't be hired. In the meantime, you got a team loaded with potential all-stars on the north side of town. I mean, household names. A team that was supposed to win more than 1 World Series in a 10-year span started in 2015. That's lost 10 games in a row. And I have to say, as much as I said David Ross was doing a great job a month ago, maybe it was the team. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't had any moves. They've lost 10 in a row. And this team's better than that. And I think he should be probably at the end of the year on a very short leash. He had no managerial experience except sitting in on telecasts with ESPN. He was a buddy. He was a pal of Rizzo, of all these other guys, of Bryant and everything else. It's a total disaster. This is not a team. This is a team filled, John, with guys that are hitting 230 that are on contract years, like Rizzo. Bryant's hitting 271, having a pretty good offensive power year, 17 homers. Baez,
he's been struggling though. Chris Bryant.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been struggling a lot. Yeah,
it's come down, and these are guys in their contract years. So I mean, where a month ago I was saying we could challenge and keep this team together, it looks like now it's going to be wholesale selling come August and September.
Yeah, we kind of expected that. Well, at least I expected that, though, a little bit. This seems like, because I was able to live it. It seems like the Phillies of 2010, 2011, where, maybe held on to guys a little bit too long instead of trying to replenish, instead of trying to not rebuild, but kind of go through the new cycle of players and get other players in, better players that, in the prime of their careers. But this thing may have ran its course. And I think, they're going to end up being potential sellers at the trade deadline. And I do think that means that this Cubs run right now is probably the catalyst of it. I know they were thinking maybe a month ago, but now this losing streak here, I think, is the catalyst to actually end up selling at the deadline.
One-hit wonders like the Bears of 85. I mean, that's what they are, and they weren't supposed to be. They weren't supposed to be. Listen to this. I mean, Chris Bryant, 271, has a slugging percentage of 507, 16 homers, 42 RBIs. How much money are you going to invest in somebody like that? I mean, plus he's injury prone. Anthony Rizzo with a bad back, 249.
Yeah, he's going to be the tough one to move.
Oh, you can't resign this guy. He's got 10 homers, 32 RBIs. I mean, I go Wilson Contreras, who I happen to like as a catcher. I think a lot of people do. They've lost 10 in a row since the no-hitter that Zach Davies in the group bought. 235. 13 homers, 30 RBIs, and then Javi Baez, 230, under 500 for a slugging percentage. I mean, 19 homers, 52 RBIs. It's a disaster. And then the manager of the team, to me, I'm hearing they're lax. The preparation's lax. What are you going to get with first-year or first-time managers? A lot of inexperience. I don't know. I think that I watched a lot of baseball over the weekend. I've never seen a more talented team. I mean, their pitching isn't all that bad. You got an all-star as a relief pitcher. You got Hendricks. You got other guys. I don't think I've seen a team this talented lose 10 games in a row like this with those kind of power players in the past.
Yeah, look, it's guys that have been around the major leagues, and they had to kind of, reinvent themselves in a way. And I think a team that's a good example of how to do this is San Francisco, because Buster Posey is having a great season. Evan Longoria is having a terrific year. Gabe Kapler and the Giants went in there and didn't say like, hey, Buster Posey and Evan Longoria, great players, just do what they do. I think they kind of went in there and said, all right, let's change these guys around. Let's reinvent them. The major leagues have the book on them. They know all of their tendencies. So let's maybe change some things around for them. And it's working, but I think the Cubs just kind of got stuck in their ways in a way.
Well, they're in big time trouble.
Absolutely.
I
the Phillies look good, which is not good.
The what?
Making my Phillies look good. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Phillies aren't good.
All right, now we got the NBA tonight, and we got the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis against Phoenix, who seems to be the media darlings right now. You got Chris Paul, the State Farm guy. You got Devin Booker. State Farm is there.
State Farm guy. That's
you
fantastic.
got Ayton,
Cliff Paul. His brother, Cliff Paul.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, they're fine. I could do without them. I don't give a damn. But you know what? Let's get a little preview of this deal. Is Middleton? I mean, Middleton is the guy. I think he's the common denominator. They've proven they can win without Giannis. But this is a different ball club coming in. If you're Phoenix, you have to feel good that he's not on the court. I don't care what anybody says. When I played any kind of sports, if you knew the best player on the other team or one of the top two players on the other team wasn't going to be there, it just brought up your confidence. That's how I'm looking at this right now. I look at the spread. I look at 6 points tonight. I don't know if that's too generous. We've seen a lot of upsets, but it just seems like Milwaukee's had a more stressful way of getting here. Phoenix has had an easier way of getting here. Hard to believe, but most of the stars in their conference went down. How are you looking at this thing right now?
6 points is a lot to lay. I know Giannis is out, but I do think Milwaukee still is a deep, talented team. And I'm not saying Bobby Portis is Giannis, but I think Bobby Portis can move around enough to defend that pick and roll that they're going to do with Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. Drew Holiday is going to be great. I think, taking the primary ball handler and Chris Paul. So I think always first games to me are a little bit of a feeling out process, trying to figure out what the other team's trying to do. You're kind of reacting on the fly. But the Suns
not one guy on either team has won a championship. Let's talk
right.
About
that's the thing. I don't trust I don't know if I trust the Suns too, because everything is telling me that they should win this game and win it by a lot. But I don't trust it because you're right. I think the inexperience definitely has a part in it.
I think there's going to be some tightness here. I lean a little bit towards the over in this game, but then I start thinking they're tight. First game. Outside shooters, when they don't feel really loose, really comfortable, struggle. There's going to be defense played. So I don't have a read on this game. I really don't. I tried to get a read on this game. It's split down the middle between Phoenix and Milwaukee at the -6, +6, and the same thing goes for the over-under. I mean, to me, there's better value on the board. Even baseball tonight, folks. Even though last night and the over the weekend there was just plethora of good games. There's a lot of even games tonight that I'm looking at. I mean, I got to be honest with you, folks, and I want you to stick around for the 15-minute mark. I got soccer today.
Oh, really? The semi? You're gonna bet some semifinals?
I'm
Okay,
telling you,
I like
I
that.
bet. Listen, I bet Wimbledon the other day. Golf, I bet against her because everybody.
Oh, Wimbledon, good stuff.
I
I
bet
like that.
Wimbledon. I bet the blonde girl from what's her name from the Great Britain. She's playing today. She played Coco Golf. She's the
Oh,
same.
Angelique Kerber. I think
Yeah.
she's German.
I'm going,
actually.
wow, okay. I go, okay, golf is favored. She's 17 years old, still young. I mean, when she hit Wimbledon, I mean, I heard you say the other day, she's our hope maybe for
Well, yeah,
American tennis.
she's the next up and comer. She's the next big thing to me. I think
You know,
so.
I seen 13, 14, 15-year-olds. I know Capriati played at 13. Everett didn't win until her major, until she was 19. So I'm not going to suggest that. It just seems Coco Gauff looks the same as she did when she was 14 years old. It seems like she isn't. She's the same size, same weight. It's a power game now. I saw a little bit of that the other day. I bet the girl from Great Britain, what's her name again?
I think you were betting Angelique Kerber.
Right, Kerber. Yeah. Plus the 115. I got to be honest, it was easier. She beat her in straight sets. So, we'll see what
that's the type of game Coco Gauff is going to need to figure out, because Kerber is a tactician. She great with shot selection. Yeah, she's great. And so I think Coco Gauff, that's kind of what she needs to work on, just shot selection, being a little bit more creative, and just that comes over time. And I think once she does get that, like Naomi Osaka, I think she's going to be taking over very soon. I think Coco Gauff. She's got the talent for sure.
So you think that Coco Gauff, like 2-3 years, will be the dominant player in tennis?
Yeah, I think so. I think just a little bit more seasoning, and again, just being able to get on the court, getting in a ton of different situations, seeing a bunch of different styles, and I think that'll help her kind of evolve her game and refine her game. And she should be great. She has the talent for sure.
She has the talent, but there's other girls that are talented too. And I know she played a more experienced player. That's one of the reasons I took that girl. And that girl's been in the winner's circle before.
Yeah.
So,
Kerber's good. And Kerber looks great, too. She looks really good right now.
And then I bet the underdog, since I won that bet with the underdog. So I bet the guy playing Federer, the Italian guy. Ooh. I don't care. Federer destroyed the guy. I mean, the guy got off to a good start. He got off. He won a game or two. I'm going, hey, I'm looking good. I'm like plus 300 here. I mean, this is going to be great. Destroyed. I mean, Federer is still a marvel to me. The guy looks exactly the same as he did.
He's getting better as the tournament goes along. He didn't look good the first couple of rounds, but the more he started to get the more he got his feet under him, because he's not playing as many tournaments. I think he's let's just say he's warmed up at this point, and I think he is ready to make a push. But the unfortunate part is he's eventually going to run into Novak Djokovic, and that guy, I don't know who's going to beat him at this point. I really don't. He's just a machine.
I give Federer a better chance on grass than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because of the surroundings, I think because he's a family favorite there, there's no doubt he's one of the top 3 tennis players who ever lived, in my opinion. And I've seen them all. Even Rod Laver. That's how far back I go back. I go so far back they had wooden rackets, folks. Believe me. They said there's a new thing coming out, aluminum rackets. I go, whoa, aluminum rackets, holy Toledo. Now they come out with 15 rackets, 15A, got 10 people sitting in the stands. Wimbledon's still tradition. I like the way that they put the roof over it finally.
I do too, thankfully. Yeah. Yes.
It rained the other day. Federer was playing
Are we getting to a point where almost every stadium, no matter what, needs to have a roof on it?
If the Bears build a new stadium in Arlington Heights, Illinois, they don't put a roof on it.
They're morons. Yeah, right. Like at this point, if you're building a new stadium,
and the same for Philadelphia. The next stadium in Philadelphia 100%. Should have. I mean, enough is enough.
Yeah, nobody wants to sit. I remember again 3 or 4 years ago, I had buddies that went to a game. It was Eagles Dallas, meaningless game. Nate Sudfeld started 6-0, and it was in 6-degree temperature.
I've been to so many cold weather games, man. It's ridiculous.
Put a dome. Give me a dome.
I mean, the only place you can't put a dome on is like places like Fenway and Wrigley, Although Wrigley's starting to look now like you could put a dome on it and get away with it with the big video boards and everything else. So, hey, you know what? That's the coming thing. You want to get free agents now and stuff like that. Like I've said before, maybe Tom Brady says I might want to play for the Bears if there was a damn roof on the place. But there was no way he was going there without one. Okay. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for after a long weekend, people still groggy. What can wake me up? What can wake you up? Some cold water in the face? Huh? A beautiful
please don't do that.
By a beautiful chick on the cheek. You don't know who she is. She just comes up and get you. Whoa. You wake up. A bunch of puppies. Who knows? Running at you. What can wake you up? A nice lunch? No. As fireworks were going off, a part of Americana, the other part of Americana was resting. That's right. Our picks on the Bet Like Mike show or the Be Like Mike show. Today, I have 2 picks. So, how many picks you have, my friend?
I have 3. I have 3 picks.
You could go first because I got 2. Go ahead, Johnny.
So I'll start with the Phillies at -134. We talked about the Cubs and how bad they've been. This losing streak's not going to last forever. So I know if you're a little bit timid because, hey, 11 straight, that's hard to do. But Jake
Arrieta, the Phillies last night.
Did you? I think they're a good bet even here too. Jake Arrieta has been horrible lately. I think they're going to want a little bit of revenge against Jake Arrieta because he wasn't very good in Philadelphia. So I hope they crush him, and I think they do end up getting to him pretty good. I'll take the Phillies -134.
Okay, now, -134 with Arrieta struggling. That's not a bad way to go, folks. Oh, Italy. Oh, Spain.
You little Euros.
What time? 12 o'clock. Hey, you got to tell me. You got to tell me what time the game's on. I know what time's the game on, Charlie. So, tonight, I'm going to have 2 picks on this game. First, I'm taking the under 2.5 goals. Okay? If these are supposed to be 2 of the best teams in the world, okay, I don't want to see no 4-1 game. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. So, I'm going to go the under 2.5. It might be 2 by now, but this morning I checked. It's 2.5. That's what I'll take it at. Okay, so I'll take the under. That's right. You heard it from me first. Yeah, he's been around the world. He's been everywhere, and he's handicapped everything. Soccer, ladies and gentlemen. The under. John, back to you, my friend.
I'll take the Marlins first 5 money line +102. Pablo Lopez on the mound, and he is a damn good pitcher. And this is, I know it's a little bit scary because, obviously +102, it's a little bit short, but Tony Gonsolin's not any good. And I do think the Marlins, a couple of runs in the beginning of the game here. I'll take Marlins first 5 money line. I think Pablo Lopez does
nice.
Really well.
And we're rolling, folks. When you listen to the show, you never have to wait. You never have to wait for anything. We give you your picks right off the bat. Now, hey, Philly cheesesteak, no way. Italian beef, man. Chicago, what are we going to do? Another bet. I'm betting the draw, okay, in Italy, Spain at +215. You bet 100, you win 215.
You are all over this game. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I could be 0-2 tomorrow, but I looked at the board. There was nothing in baseball worth a damn. Almost took Tampa Bay over Cleveland. I said, nah, it's not a clear enough read. Nothing in basketball. But I'm going against my countrymen. I'm riding with Johnny Rahm and his Spaniards, ladies and gentlemen. So, a draw today, which means I'm rooting for both teams to tie, and the under 2.5. And you got one more, my friend?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to go to the NBA. It's tough because it's really tough because I do like a couple of them.
The seat of your pants. This is awesome.
Yeah, I do like a couple of them, and it's just because I don't know what these teams are going to do. How they're going to match up against each other. I will take DeAndre Ayton over an 11.5 rebounds. I think without Giannis there, they are losing something, and I think DeAndre Ayton's going to be all over Brook Lopez, but that means also probably crashing the boards just as well too. So I'll take over 11.5 rebounds.
Okay. So you got tonight. You got Miami.
Yep.
You got Philadelphia, and you got Ayton, who, by the way, I do like because he knows his first job is to get rebounds.
Yes, he does.
He also scores,
and he's the better player at this point than Brook Lopez, I think.
Yeah, well, don't forget Bobby Portis is down there too. He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's playing for a new deal too. Unlike the Cubs, he's actually playing well. And I got a draw, and I got the under 2.5, folks.
Love it. Euro action.
Remember, tell everybody about our show every day, 11 o'clock, a 20-minute listen. It's the easiest listen going. So long, Johnny.